What's up, guys? So we're doing something a little bit different than I typically do on this channel. I thought I would throw it back 8-9 years ago, throw that ass in a circle, and bring back some rant style commentary videos. Okay. My intention with this is because I don't make air quote drama videos centered around mainstream internet topics. I talk about weirdos on the internet. Now, you could classify MrBeast and all the allegations going on as being kind of a weirdo, but I didn't really want to milk all of the information that has come out into 40,000 different MrBeast is over party videos. That's just not really what my channel is geared towards, but I think I'm at a point now where there's enough information for me to talk about that I feel like it's worthwhile for me to actually discuss. So once again, the reason why you're seeing gameplay, the reason why the title's in all caps, is because I just wanted to do a little throwback. I think that's easiest. I've had issues in the past with major YouTube channel corporations copyright striking videos if you use their content within it, and I don't know how MrBeast takes on that role, so I'm mostly just going to try and avoid it. It really shouldn't come as any surprise that I'm not the biggest fan of MrBeast's content. It's not really geared towards me. It's mostly, in my opinion, a corporate slop and child channel. That's how I interpret it. I think it's taking a premise that already exists out there and throws money at it until it becomes an interesting video. That's my 2 cents. You can think differently. I don't really know a lot of adults or even really older teenagers that have interest in MrBeast videos. It hasn't really occurred to me, but his videos are constantly garnering millions and hundreds of millions of views, so there's something successful in there, I guess. But for me personally, I like, scratching the bottom floor of the ocean. I like opening the dirty locker to see what's behind there. I don't really care to see donate $5 trillion to guy if he shoves my fist up his ass. That's not really up my avenue. And part of it also is I feel like MrBeast is really disingenuous. A lot of the time I just see his uncanny valley smile in his thumbnails or online, and it's just like, I don't know if this guy is actually interested in the content that he creates, or if he's really out there pioneering, really trying to make the greatest thing possible. I just don't really see it. I think my initial disdain for MrBeast-like content has stemmed from the fact that if you ever are interested in making content and maybe you look around at different creators that you think are interesting or good, or even those air quote YouTube guru channels, they all point to MrBeast as being somebody that you should look up to in terms of content making. And I think that is so far from the truth as to what people should actually be invested in, because first off, what makes MrBeast content mostly good is the fact that he's able to hire, dozens of people, spend millions of dollars on projects that you, the normal person, will not be able to achieve. And in my opinion, it sucks the soul out of the content. It makes it feel like it's any other corporate slop. It's anything that you can find on Netflix or on ABC or something like that, right? It doesn't feel like a YouTuber is actually creating content. It doesn't feel like there's any heart and soul. It's, well, let's get down to the nitty gritty and really figure out how to tune the algorithm to perfectly, I realized if I smile with my teeth open versus my mouth closed that there's different retention rates. And it's like, all that shit, holy God, you're just a businessman. You don't have a creative bone in your body. You're seeking, how can I milk an extra view out of this? How can I really suckle on this? And part of my problem is that so many of these creators just sort of bend the knee towards MrBeast because maybe I can get them to come on my show. Maybe if I'm just a little bit nicer, I can get them to show up and actually, get some a beast bucks into my pocket.
This is a new one?
Yeah, that's a new one. That tastes way better.
I'd say you've got about 3% better.
Really?
10%, 15% better.
What?
This is such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Mr. Beast, will you still come on the podcast?
C.
I'll put in C.
C and move side plus down.
No, I mean like down the line. Yeah? Yeah, leave it there. Just leave it there.
Let's get a round of applause for Beast.
I'm okay with moving it up
I'm not
to
seeing
B.
enough movement. Mr. Beast saying oh, bro.
I think it's not bad.
All right, put in B for Beast. Chad does not want to piss off the Beast army.
I'm not. I don't mind it.
And it's pretty ironic because you have somebody like Jacksepticeye, who I personally have never watched. I was never really a Let's Play watcher when I was growing up. I like commentary videos more, but he got so much shit online for saying that he didn't like MrBeast's content and that he thought that MrBeast's content was destroying YouTube. I think that's a little bit hyperbolic personally, but that opinion is not totally wrong. And if you're incapable of understanding what made YouTube so special for so long and then juxtapose it to what content MrBeast creates, you would reach the understanding of where Jacksepticeye is coming from.
Do you like MrBeast? No. Jack. Oh! Do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know. If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer.
And obviously you got the other clout chaser saying, oh my god, you don't like Jimmy Beast content? Oh my god. And I think he makes a good point that if MrBeast was actually invested in this content, he would make it longer. He would make it, I don't know, maybe tell more of a story. He gets in and gets out because he understands that if I cut the video right here, if I cut it and splice it right here and I frame it this way, that'll keep the retention the longest. He's not shooting for making a passion project for himself. He's shooting for how can I make the most money off of this. Now, you're allowed to do that. I'm not saying, oh my god, everybody who ever creates content has to solely be in it for the love of the art. But I think as somebody who desires to be creative, I will point out people that don't have that desire, and I think MrBeast falls right into that status quo. MrBeast's food products suck. Regardless of if his intentions are in the right place or not, I don't think the food that he is creating tastes good.
I got all the Feastable chocolates. Let's try them and rank them 1 to 6.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Totally not biased, because if it sells more, I make more money.
This is the one you believe in.
Yes.
Not crazy, Jamie.
No?
No.
You don't like Crunch Bars?
I do like Crunch Bars, but again, it's too sweet.
Let me try this. Maybe these are defective.
I
Oh
do
my
like
god, this tastes good to me. Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients. Infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing out there.
Also my favorite so far.
Okay.
Yeah, Rohan got good taste.
Here's the thing. I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy. Oh, you are so right. I'm gonna slam this chair. Hershey's sucks.
I know, that's so crazy, you can't be saying that. And I think part of it is also tied into the fact that he associates himself with bad actors, per se. Now, obviously, if you haven't noticed, he has come out with a new Lunchables competitor. And it's called Lunchly, and it's with KSI and Logan Paul. Now, these two guys went on an absolute tirade, crying, complaining, because Dan TDM came out and talked about how he doesn't understand the direction that YouTubers are heading in, and these guys are molding over the fact that they're getting called out for making slightly better slop directed towards children. I know, that's such a far stretch. Well, we use real cheese in our product. We have 30 less calories and 2 less grams of sugar in our product.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Whoa. Feastables Crunch Bar. Also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Okay, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better. My God!
And it's available for around $4.
Yeah, bro, all right? You're not actually trying to go out there. You're advertising as a healthier product, right? But a lot of those times, the healthy product that's actually out there is marginally better. You're there to make some buckaroos. You know that if you produce this, kids who are going to beg for the parents who can't think for themselves, and you're going to make a lot of money off of it. You're not actually interested in making a healthy, good product because you're just recreating what Lunchables is. You're not adding anything healthy to it. It's still chocolate, still processed garbage, and it's Prime. Oh my God, Prime. They keep talking about electrolytes, even though there have been arguments back and forth about, does Prime actually provide the right electrolytes? They say it's all potassium, but it seems like it's just salt and potassium. It's not the actual chemical compounds that make usable electrolytes in their drink. Regardless, it's all going to come tumbling down because Prime recently has gone through lawsuits with different bottling factories because there was all this hype initially for Prime. They were selling for hundreds of dollars. It was going crazy. Everybody wanted it. And now nobody wants it. And it's on a bargain bin sale. Just like sometimes, not everywhere, but some places, MrBeast bars just don't sell because they don't taste as good as the competitor. No matter how much Jimmy tries to defend his slop.
Oh my God, this tastes good to me.
As much as he can. He just wants to make himself come off as a wholesome, relatable dude. Come on, let's take it to the man, bro. Let's show up Lunchables. Let's show up Hershey's. Let's just really slam doink on him. When in actuality, you're choosing the choice between two giant corporate overlords. Do you want the slightly smaller corporate overlord, or do you want the long-term giant corporate overlord? Choose your choice. Which one? Come on, guys. It's so fun. It's so quirky. Now, obviously, when you're 9 years old, that appeals to you. Oh, I'm making a change. You know, Jimmy Beast needs me. Jimmy Beast needs me to lead the army. All right.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm gonna fight for you, Jimmy Beast. Like, that's the whole persona. And the responses from Logan Paul and KSI and Jimmy Beast were just cringe, to say the least. They tried to dig through Dan TDM's background and pull up products that he endorsed 9 years ago. Never mind the fact that the food box product that he was promoting was not a healthy alternative. It's not like he was trying to fool his fans into thinking, yeah, if you eat these chocolate bars, you're going to lose 40 pounds. Your life is going to be so much better. And it's funny that somebody like Logan Paul, we're trying to build brands, man. We're trying to build this. We're not just YouTubers anymore. We're building brands. Yeah, the brands that you're building are absolute scum. You're not actually trying to improve the world. You're trying to take advantage of your audience and take advantage of the consumer. That's what you're trying to do. Don't try and pull one over on us. And it's just shocking. I mean, MrBeast has clearly made horrible decisions up until this point, but the fact that MrBeast will associate with a known scammer who has stolen money from his fans and is a habitual lawsuit enabler who will go after people with his lawyer team in order to try and silence them, that he would associate with him. He's like, yep, that's the guy I'm gonna hitch my wagon to. It's just absolutely pathetic, dude. Now, it would take a real brainiac to go on a brain blast in order to figure out that someone like Chris Tyson was a predator. I mean, Jimmy knows that all too well. He just couldn't stand all the transphobia that was going around online. He just couldn't take it anymore. He can't take this shit no more. Never mind the fact that now we completely understand that Jimmy was fully aware that Chris Tyson had a strange fascination with a known predator as Shadman, as we can see in the picture where Chris, for some whatever reason, is hanging up fetish art onto the wall that MrBeast saw. Now, is there more information out there that we're probably unaware of? Absolutely, because once all this information started to pour out, MrBeast and his team started to go back in all of his old videos and started to scrub things. They started to get rid of things that might have been a little bit too unsavory. So what we're missing, we don't really know. But what we do know is that when people were making accusations against Chris, regardless of what their leaning is, regardless of why they were actually going after this person, there should have been some restraint, some thought, some stepping back to think, he's expressed these weird fascinations in the past. Maybe I should take a deeper look into it. But honestly, who could have seen this coming? I mean, I know this is just coming out of left field. This is just so crazy. We had no clue that something like this could have occurred. And of course, MrBeast did what MrBeast does best, and he completely ignored the situation for some time, but then he released this like contradictory PR statement talking about how I just can't stand behind anything like this, minus the fact that you were well aware of his tendencies for years and years and you ignored them until they blew up, which is kind of a recurring theme with what's been going on with MrBeast lately, that you said that you fired Chris and that you're opening an investigation into him. However, Chris stated that they were just relieved. They just took a step back. They understand everything that's going on, and I just have to step away from it. But MrBeast, what's going on with that investigation? You know, this happened a couple months ago. Haven't heard any updates about it. I feel like it's mostly a PR stunt in order to make it seem like he's actually caring about the well-being, looking out for his fans and his audience and the people that might have been affected by this. I don't think so. I think, like most PR stunts, it is done to protect his own ass and make it seem like he's actually interested in getting to the bottom of this. But the problem is, getting to the bottom of this particular situation would probably expose MrBeast and would actually reveal more information related to MrBeast that wouldn't be very savory. Lastly, I want to talk about the whole dog pack situation. Part of the issue with a lot of the dog pack videos is it's he said, she said. Oh, I got a tip from a former worker that worked there, and trust me, I got their credentials. This is 100% valid. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I need actual substance in order to move forward with it.
Drama Alert, on the other hand, has posted more times in the past month about Maddie Spadell than Maddie Spadell has ever posted about MrBeast.
I do think that there are some intriguing elements that he did poke into. However, once again, MrBeast will go after and defend himself when it hurts his bottom dollar. When people are going after Lunchley, oh yeah, he's going to jump in that ring and he's going to defend it, baby. It's his livelihood. He has to make that cashola. But when it's potentially harboring predators within your company that's targeted towards children, nah, I can't be bothered to talk about that. Mr. Breast is just going to send a cease and desist to whoever's making content related to that. Now, there are plenty of people that make content that are clearly just trying to milk the whole situation, come out with their stories that are complete BS, fabricating nothing. But you got people like Jake Weddle, and I'll be honest, when I watched the video initially, I mean, MrBeast ended up paying him more money at the end, and they agreed on something, but he still wants to trash talk MrBeast. I don't know, man. Like,
don't you dare let him get a plug in there, you know? Like, we were playing up the joke, you know? It's like, I'm the boy in the cage, you know, whatever. Like, I'll play into a joke, whatever, it's fine. It's just something weird about when Jimmy jokes. I have jokes about my dad because I love jokes with my dad. I'll joke with my dad all the time. That guy's a piece of shit. I hate my dad. But I have friends that make fun of my dad. That's fine, because I know their intent. I know where they're coming from. When Jimmy joked with my dad, and I said that seemed weird. I don't like it.
The whole situation, yeah, like, you agreed to do something that maybe the scenario, maybe the situation wasn't set up perfectly and they weren't looking out for you. And now that we have things like the Prime lawsuit that's coming out, that the attendees, the people trying out for it, were not getting bathroom breaks or allowed to change their feminine products and stuff like that. There's some more credence given to Jake Weddle, but I just kind of viewed him initially as kind of a melodramatic person.
Who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube. She's been super helpful in like...
However, as I mentioned, there are actual allegations out there that MrBeast has to acknowledge at some point, including the whole Delaware situation about your initial manager was actually convicted of doing a crime with a 5-year-old, and then Jake the Viking comes out on Twitter and talks about how, yeah, man, we knew about that. Yeah, that was a thing. Like, man, that's a really rough look.
Has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And you know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around. And whenever he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? I don't know why they let him go, because there's rumors back and forth. So I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point. Even if that guy didn't do anything, they still knew about it and he was still around. And what if he's one of the people in the Discord servers? What if he's not? I don't know. But when I was there, they called him Delaware. It's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware.
He's hired multiple sketchy or downright criminal employees to run his kid-centric channel, which is just, it's such a bad look. And the fact that he refuses to acknowledge it, I don't know why. Like, what is he trying to draft up a lawsuit to go after these people? I don't know where his intentions are. Maybe it's because his channel hasn't been impacted by it, but like at all, so he can just ignore it, because the children that are going to watch his content are not going to go out there and look at an exposed video. Oh, let's see what they have to say about MrBeast. They're not going to do that. Now on to his alleged best friend, LaQuia Hill. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, LaQuia Hill was running an adult entertainment event business in San Francisco called LaQuia Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to MrBeast as a producer.
Our party evolved into this place where, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I believe adults should be able to do whatever they want. However, I question what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for children. It'd also be weird if MrBeast hired Johnny Sins as the janitor, I guess. It's not the real issue, though. The issue is that...
Closing, I kind of want to mention the fact that a lot of the time, people have used MrBeast's charity work as being a defense of why he's such a good person. And I don't really view it the same way. I think it's good that good things happen, but to think that MrBeast is solely doing these philanthropic things out of the kindness of his heart, I think is absolutely ludicrous. Look at his content, look at his business prowess, and understand that at the end of the day, he's doing things that will help his bottom line. All right? If it helps other people in the meantime, that's just a double jeopardy, baby. That's just helping him out in the meantime. But he's not actually, in my opinion, doing these things because he's really looking out for the poor. He's really looking out for hungry people or starving people across the world. That's my opinion. But some people have been asking about my thoughts about MrBeast since all this stuff has gone down, and I thought I'd finally give my opinion about it. Hopefully this rant is enough so I never have to talk about it again, and I can just talk about weirdos online. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.